crafters, card makers, welcome back. Thanks for jumping in to have a look at this video. This video, take a guess what it's about. Adhesives. I love adhesive. Don't know why I love it so much, but I do. So this is a video on, I guess, my most used and favourite adhesives. So I'll talk about wet glue and tape separately, but let's start with tape. Scotch Advanced Tape Glider, ATG. This baby is my favourite. It has tapes that you can either buy at a scrapbooking shop or get non-Scotch brand versions of. I actually buy mine from Tape Jungle in the US by the crate. It works out so much cheaper and it's acid-free archival tape. I've never ever had a problem with it, with falling off, with using them. It's just great. So it works out, it's a big purchase when you buy a carton of it, a case. So I tend to sort of split it with a friend or two. But yeah, this ATG is da bomb. Love it. The tape is meant to be on the edge like that, so some people don't realise that. And it is a bit, it takes a little bit to get used to because you've got to figure out how to load it. I might do a separate video next time I run out and show you how to load it, but it's got these arrows, so if you kind of follow the arrows then you can figure it out. But some people struggle with it. Some people don't like it because it's big. I don't mind it. I find it really easy to use. You just pull the trigger, roll it, let go, and that's it. So I love this thing, and I go through so much tape when I make cards or scrapbook pages or mini albums. I like to use a lot of tape because I don't want anything coming apart, especially if it's a gift. So this thing has been a lifesaver rather than using the double-sided tape, which I still use occasionally, but mainly this. Highly recommend it. Now I also have a smaller Tombow stamp runner. Now I believe they are stopping production on this, so that's a real shame. I do have some refills that I have left, so I'll continue to use this. The main reason is it's repositionable. You can rub it off with your finger if you put it on the wrong spot, and I do that a fair bit. And it also, you can depress it and put, you can't really see that, let me see if you can just do, see that shining, a square of dots, which I really like. And if you run over something that's intricate, it just puts the dots where, you know, the piece is, rather than sort of all over the place like the ATG. So I've got that, love it. I'm gonna have to find something else to use instead of this, which is very sad. So that one I love. Blue painter's tape. This is just from the hardware store. I use this to sometimes tape down dies. I use it to secure, mainly to secure things that I'm watercolouring to a flat surface, be it my table or a board, to stop it warping. So that's useful. I like that. It's the reason I use painter's tape, it doesn't tear your piece. If you pull it back sort of on itself, it's perfect. So I like that, and it lasts forever. Red line tape. I guess it's called red line because the backing's red. This stuff is so super sticky. It's great, especially for mini album bindings and things. I really want to stick well. I use this. A lot of people don't like it because the backing's like super staticky. It sticks to your hands and everything, and that's annoying. But all I do is just put a bit of tape, like doubled up Scotch tape or something, on my surface, and when I pull the backing off, I just sort of stick it to that, and I don't have problems. And then I can just pull the whole clump of backing off and chuck it out. So that's red line tape. So many different companies make this. You can buy it at cheap shops. Ranger make it. There's heaps of them. It's often called like super tacky tape or something like that. So terrifically tacky tape, I think. So that's cool stuff. Foam tape. So when you want some dimension, I use this Expressit brand foam tape, and I usually stock up when there's a craft show and get like, I think it's like 3 for $10 or 4 for $10 or something like that. And you can cut it up smaller, and if I have bits left over, I just stick it back to the tape itself, so they're there. What I would love, if anyone knows where, if you're in the US, those massive rolls of tape that people like Jennifer Maguire and Christina Werner use, they are huge, and they're made by Scotch brand. I would love to get my hands on that. Don't know where to get it in Australia. If anyone knows, please leave me a comment below. I will be forever in your debt. That would be awesome. I also like glue dots. I've got so many different sizes and whatnot. These are pop-up ones. It just means they're thicker, but they come on a roll like this. You can see these ones are really thick. I thought it'd be good for demo purposes, but you just pull back the backing and there's the dot. This is a big dot. These are good for when I'm being lazy. I don't want to wait for things to dry, so I use them for like buttons, flowers, embellishments, things like that. They're really useful. You can get teeny weeny ones that you can roll up and put behind tiny little things. So recommend glue dots. They're great. And this isn't really an adhesive, but it sticks things to other things. This is the Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher, which I love. It is awesome. I use it a lot, and what I have found recently, which is so cool, is that the American Crafts pink stapler, you can hear me rifling around. I'm actually just looking for some staples so I can show you. Here we go. Those American Craft staples fit this. They're the same size. So yeah, if you want different coloured staples, I've actually got gold ones in there because, you know, gold. How cute is that? Gold staple. Yeah, so I love this. It's really easy to use, and, you know, vellum or things like that, it's good for using, or just decoration. You know, you can make a little cross, whatever. So yeah, masculine cards, things like that. It's really very, very useful. I highly recommend that. This is my roll of what I call gross washi, because it's gross. I don't know why I've got it, where I got it. I keep it because I use it for things you're not going to see, like taping down threads on the back of layouts if I've sewn, or oftentimes it just sits on the handle of my Big Shot. I use it to tape down dies if I need to. So that's my gross washi, because I can't bear to throw it out. Being the hoarder crafter that I am, I like to use my gross washi for stuff that you're not going to see. So that's good. Sometimes I use washi as well for taping down like watercolour and stuff like that. So keep your gross washi, hang on to it, you can use it. So that's that. In terms of wet glue, this can be a bit controversial. Now, people that know me well know that I have it. I don't love it. This is Tombow Mono Multi Glue. It is a two-way glue. So if you put it on and let it dry, let it go tacky, it remains tacky or sticky. So if you're putting it on the back of, say, you know, like a wood veneer, you put it on, put it down, and it squishes out. That bit that's squished out stays sticky. So I don't like that. That's why I don't like Tombow. It is really easy to use. Some people love it. If you're making cards and you're sticking like a piece of cardstock down and you just don't go too close to the edge, it's fine. So I have it and I use it. I have a love-hate relationship with Tombow. So that's there. And sometimes I want things to be tacky, like on an envelope or something. It's great for that. Yeah, so it has its place, but it's not my favourite. Probably one of my favourites is Scotch Quick Dry Tacky Glue. I think it's called something else. This is an older bottle, but the tacky glue is so good. It doesn't warp your paper and it bonds really quickly, and it's a very, very strong bond. So if you want to glue paper to paper or paper to cardstock, this stuff is the bomb. I love it. It works really, really well. And it doesn't dry, even though it's called tacky glue, it doesn't dry tacky like the Tombow. So this one, highly recommended. When I can't get that, Helma, the neighbourhood dogs are going crazy, so my dog's running to investigate. Super Tack Glue. This one's pretty good. It's super thick though, like really, really thick. So it takes a bit longer to dry, and it doesn't like fine line bottles. I've glued one together with this stuff, but it's easy to get, it's cheap. We can get it here in Spotlight in Australia, so that's handy. So if you can't get the other one, this is a good alternative. What I'm looking for, and of course I can't find it on my desk, is one of my other favourite glues, which is my, I can't find it, Ranger Multi-Matte Medium. They come in the teeny bottles, like the stickle size bottles. That stuff is so strong. It's a really strong adhesive. I love it for sequins and little tiny embellishments and things like wood veneer, because 2 reasons. Strong bond. When it squeezes out, it's called multi-matte medium, M-A-T-T-E, matte. It dries matte, so you can't see your mistake. You can't see where it's squeezed out, and I really, really like that property. And yeah, it dries matte, so it's not shiny. So oftentimes when glue dries, you can see it. I don't like that, so I use the multi-matte medium, and I also put a tip on it, just like Jennifer Maguire does. I got the tip from her, well, not the actual tip, the idea. It's a Quilled Creations fine line tip. So I just take the top off the bottle that comes with it. I need a new one because my bottle's pretty ratty, and replace it with a Quilled Creations tip, and you can just use it straight out of there. Now what I do is refill it. So I'm just going to find it now. I have a large, of course I can't find it. I have a large tub of the multi-matte medium, and I just use a palette knife, scoop it out and put it into the little teeny bottle. I will post a link of all this stuff down below so you can find it and you can have a look at what I'm talking about, even though I don't have an example to refill it, so it lasts for ages. The other thing everyone should have, every crafter should have, Glossy Accents. It's glossy, so I don't tend to use it for sticking small things down. A lot of people do. I don't, because I prefer a matte finish if any seepage occurs. But this stuff is so strong. If you don't want something to move, this stuff will hold it. Now, I like it because obviously it can add, so if you painted this or whatever, you can put glossy accents on top, and you can make something really simple look like a really classy, expensive embellishment. So it's really great for that. Now this, it doesn't come with this top, it comes with just a standard sort of plastic top. I took it off and put this top on. I will link below to where you can get one of these, and it's I need to buy a new one. I can't take it off, I've glued it together. You've got to be careful with glossy accents. You've got to make sure that it doesn't tip over, which I found out the hard way because now I've glued it together. If it tips over, you've got to wipe the tip off before you put it back in. So this top bit has a needle that goes down into the metal shaft there to stop it sticking, but I've glued it together, so I need a new one. But that's really a great way to apply glossy accents because it goes on really thin. So I highly recommend that tip for your glossy accents bottle. So they're my particular favourite adhesives. I've got all sorts of other ones, glue sticks, other bottles of glue, tapes, you name it. I also have micropore tape that I use for sticking down dies. I also have post-it tape. I tend to use this post-it tape more for masking things when I'm stamping, but there's a whole heap of other stuff. So, you know, glue sticks are useful for various things. So one thing I use glue sticks for sometimes, I got this tip from Jen of Eve, who does mini albums. She'll put down ATG or whatever, or double-sided tape, put a glue stick over the top of it to give you a bit of wiggle room with the strength of tape. So that's a tip. But yeah, they're my favourite adhesives. Hopefully you got something out of this. We can be partners in crime if that has helped you out at all. Leave me a comment on what your favourite glues are, or if you have any questions, let me know. Happy to help you out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!